speed now on the coronavirus headlines this morning. Across the country, we're now up to more than 368,000 confirmed cases and nearly 11,000 deaths. But nearly 20,000 people have recovered. The number of cases is growing here in the Houston area as well, and a peak could come sooner than previously thought. Here in Houston, authorities reported 400 new cases, but that spike doesn't tell the whole story. Janelle Fort has more on the local situation.
Yeah, Steph, when you hear 400 new cases, it's alarming. But the real reason for the big jump in numbers has to do with the fact that labs are just catching up to a backlog of COVID-19 tests from mid-March. In fact, that's the case for about 2/3 of those new cases. The upside of the new numbers is that Harris County and Houston reported 0 new deaths yesterday. Right now, there are more than 2,800 positive cases across the Houston region. At least 68 of those are Houston City employees. So far, Harris County has seen 20 deaths, 10 of them in Houston, a number Mayor Sylvester Turner says is 10 too many. But there are also lots of counties that are reporting recoveries. They say more than 230 people in Houston and Harris County have had positive cases and got better, as well as 26 people in Montgomery County and 63 people in Galveston County. While coronavirus cases are expected to grow in the next few weeks, new best case projections show that the peak here in Texas could happen about 2 weeks earlier than previously expected. Back to you.
Janelle, thank you for that update. Let's take you live now to NRG Stadium, where right now Harris County is breaking ground on a last resort field hospital there. Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo gave that order during a press conference yesterday. The medical shelter will house 750 beds after the first round of construction, but it could house more if needed.
Is to be used as a last resort. We hope that we don't get to a point where we need to use it. The idea is to have it ready to go so we don't waste a single second were we to need this resource.
Each hospital in our area has its own overflow plan if there is a surge, but if those beds are filled, patients could then be taken to the field hospital at NRG. Crews will work through the end of the week there on both construction and also final Rodeo Houston cleanup.
Steph, the British Prime Minister is in intensive care. Wall Street surges and Kroger is limiting customers. Your rush block continues, starting with a new potential peak in Texas.
Texas's COVID-19 peak could happen earlier than anticipated. Take a look. This is the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation's website, which shows the national peak occurring on April 15th and Texas's 4 days later on the 19th. Some 2 weeks earlier than what many thought. But continued social distancing, testing, and positive cases constantly change the data.
New York, still the worst hit spot in the U.S., but the death toll is slowing down. Still, the state's governor extended the stay-at-home order through April. Meantime, the White House Coronavirus Task Force is optimistic the national death toll could end up lower than first projected.
I don't accept every day that we're going to have 100 to 200,000 deaths.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is now in the ICU. He's been battling coronavirus for nearly 2 weeks. Stocks surged with hope the virus might be closer to peaking in the U.S. The Dow climbed more than 1,600 points Monday. The question now, will Monday's rally roll into today on Wall Street? More changes to the way you shop. Starting today, Kroger will limit the number of customers allowed inside stores. The chain recently added plexiglass dividers between cashiers and its customers. And that's your Rush Block on this Tuesday morning.
If it does help, great. If it doesn't help, we gave it a shot.
During his latest news conference, President Trump once again encouraged doctors to use hydroxychloroquine to treat COVID-19 patients. So what exactly is it, and why is there a debate about it? Marcelino Benito connects the dots.
In the race to stop this coronavirus outbreak, the search is on for cures. But while the president endorses a common malaria drug, not everyone is so sure. So why the confusion? Let's connect the dots. The president has urged people to take hydroxychloroquine, a drug primarily used to fight malaria, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. In the lab, it appears it may block COVID-19 from invading cells, and researchers think it might also help dampen an overactive immune system. And while there have been anecdotal reports that it has helped some patients, there is no definitive scientific proof. Early studies in China and France that found the drug could help ended up being flawed. A more recent study in China that wasn't flawed showed promise, but it was pretty small, and the author said more research needed to be done. Since hydroxychloroquine is relatively safe, some doctors have gone ahead and prescribed it to coronavirus patients. But people do need to be careful. It is not good for anyone with abnormal heart rhythms, and some public health officials are concerned that the public will think this is a silver bullet, when the research just isn't there yet. Connecting the dots, I'm Marcelino Benito for H-Town Rush.
Marcelino, thank you. We have much more on the race to respond to the coronavirus, from possible treatments to vaccines. You can find all of that information on khou.com/coronavirus.
If you look for it right now, there is a lot to celebrate, even if we can't have a big party to go along with it. Birthdays, anniversaries, milestones, we want to celebrate with you. So we're going to kick it off with this message from Mike to Teresa, his wife, who's turning 71 years young today. He says, "I love you, baby." That is sweet. Happy birthday to you. And a couple big milestone birthdays. Happy birthday to Tyler, who's turning 16. That is from Mom. And I love this. We got a shout out to Ella, who's turning the big 4-0. Gerard says she has been his best friend for more than 21 years. That is sweet. A couple tykes celebrating birthdays. Briar here is turning 4. Mackenzie is turning 8. And a bunch of just quick shout outs to Jody, who's 26. Joshua's mom, dad, Matt, Kim, and Ashton. Wish him a happy 22nd. Faith is turning 28. Lindsay's 38. Happy birthday to Brenda there in blue. And Aileen is turning 49 today. So we want to keep this party going. Let us know if you have someone celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, or some other milestone. Send us their picture, their name, and what we're celebrating to 713-526-1111. We're going to share some more with you coming up at 6. In the meantime, let's check in with Cheetah for the one thing you need to know. Good morning.
Good morning.